Hey, I'm Stan. I'm CEO of Tability, and I'm going to show you here a brand new feature we shipped. I think that this is really built for the future, and this is for teams that are trying to scale to hundreds of agents that are working on things, but not just it's like write a spec or build a piece of code. Like you want these agents to work on your important goals, and you really want to understand what's going on, right? So you want to be able to see progress. You want to be able to understand like which agent is doing a good job versus a bad job. And more importantly, like we don't want to have to supervise everything ourselves. So the way this works, it's a top-down approach, right? So you start with a goal, and then you're going to give that goal, instead of saying like a team of humans should take care of that goal, you're going to give it to an agent manager. So I'm insisting on agent manager because that's going to be different from the other regular agents. And the cool thing about this is that it's going to leverage your existing Claude or Codex setup, because that's what is going to ultimately run the agents. But so you're going to give that goal to an agent manager, and the job of this manager is to take your goal and break it down into smaller pieces and recruit its own team to take care of that, right? And so this is a part that scales, is that instead of you having to create and manage all the hundreds of agents, you basically recruit managers, and those managers are going to be smart enough to understand what the goal is about, to then break down that goal into a plan that is going to be handled by another sub-team of agents. And those agents will just work, report back to you. You're going to have like all the tools you need to understand the progress they're making. And then you can just monitor things, right? So you can see when the agents are working. You're going to have like several dashboards for that. So this is already like a different experience from just like looking at threads in Claude or looking at threads in Codex. And then last but not least, if there's anything that requires your attention, or if you want to steer the agents in a different direction, you can just give them feedback. Like you can reply to them in comments. And you will also be able to go back to your Codex session if you want to understand exactly what they've done. So you're going to get the benefit of both worlds. Your Codex setup or your Claude setup with all the tools accessible there, and Tability, which is going to be the business context, right? It's like, this is where all the goals are going to live. All the progress on the goal is going to be readable there. And Tability is actually going to have like, knows how to leverage all of this in the right way. All right, so instead of just showing you the idea behind it, I thought it would be more exciting to show you how it works and how easily you can get started. So what you need is a Tability workspace. And then you need your Tability workspace to be connected to whatever you're going to use. In my case, it's a Codex account. And then here you can see I have a plan with agent goals. And the goal that I want to outsource is this one, right? So we want to increase the traffic value of a website from 50K to 20K. So instead of just giving it to a human, this is me, I'm going to assign it to a manager. That's an AI manager, so I can pick the host. In this case, I'm going to pick Codex. And then that's it. So now what I need to do is just take those instructions here, go to Codex here, and then just going to clean the view and then run it. So what this is going to do is going to use the MCP, use the tools to try to create that connection between the two. And Codex is going to be basically the agent environment, right? And what it's going to do is to set up a cadence, a heartbeat. And so at some point, it should just ask me to confirm which model I want to use and how often I want the agents to be working. In this case, I'll probably say like, run every 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, so this is a question I need to answer. So I need to confirm the model and the schedule. I'll just say yes, just to go through here, confirm. But if I wanted to truly get this to work 24/7, I could do that, right? I could just change it and say, hey, I want you to work every day, every 20 minutes. The only limit is your ability to keep up with what all the agents are going to do, right? I could say like every 5 minutes, do something, but it's very unlikely that I will be able to, take care of all the things that the agents are going to produce. So I think like every 20 or 30 minutes is fine. All right, so the heartbeat has been created. So you can see it here. If I click on it, this is the heartbeat of the AI manager. And this is basically what is going to run every 30 minutes to just run the process. If I look back on the Tability set, so what it looks like, if I here and then here right now it says setup, but if I reload this, it should say that it's now in a planning state. And the next step for this manager is to create a sub plan that is going to contain, basically this goal broken down into small pieces, and also a proposal for a team that needs to be hired. So like right now, if I go again to a plan, so you can see there's nothing under. So I'm going to not wait 30 minutes. I'm just going to go here and I'm going to go to the settings and just force the agent to run now. Normally, right, it's like at this stage, you can just leave it and it's all going to run. But I just want to go further with you in this demo and show you what's going to happen in the first day of you setting this up. And to show that to you, I just have to, trigger it manually right now. But it's exactly the same thing that would happen if you just, let everything run by itself. All right, so this is like here, you can see that it's also reusing the same chat. So instead of creating new threads, it's all going to run in the same chat, which means that you keep getting access to the previous answer, previous requests and stuff, and the memory, which makes that process also more powerful. So let's just see what happens, and then we'll come back to it when it's done. All right, so it's done doing all the thinking. Once again, here, we're staying with agents, but we don't need to, once you start using this, all of this is happening while you're working on something else. So in this case, it did, I feel like you might have noticed in the thread, it went and looked at our SEO data, tried to set up some tools, and what the result of this is, and this is the exciting part, right? So remember here, we only had that agent plan. If I refresh the page, I should see that the agent has created a subplan. And so all the execution on that specific goal is going to happen here. And that's, again, the big difference between using this and using just straight up Codex or straight up Claude. Here, now I have like a structured approach to that specific goal. If I expand, I should see some initiatives that have been created. It's been divided into different things, right? So repairing some broken pages, increasing the traffic value, and the commercial pages as well, right? I'm trying to read this at the same time. So now what? If I go back, let me go back to my agent goal here. I now also have an update, right? So that agent manager created an update for me, reported on this, and the decision needed is that it proposed an AI team. So where would you see this? You don't have to dig for all this information. If I go to my homepage, there's a input requires section where I can see the proposed team that the agent is giving. So this is a proposed team, SEO optimizer, a repair specialist, a digital PR specialist. And this is what's important here, right? It's like anytime you assign a manager to a goal, it's almost like you're going to get, not almost, you literally are going to get a specialized team as a result. And all the roles will be tailored to achieve the things that they need to do. And here, another thing, if they need access to some tools, they will tell you. If they need, hey, I need access to the CMS, I need access to this, but you don't have to give it access, right? They're saying like, if you want me to be able to do this end to end, this is what I need. And so now I'm just going to approve the team, and that's it. Once again, this is going to run in the background, but and you could stop. I can stop here, but I think I'm going to go one step further and show you what happens once you've approved the team. So let me go back to my agent here. What you can see, this is my agent. It's got the sub goal, all the goals attached to it. And I'm going to go here and just, again, I'm going to trigger a run. So this would be, happening during the day. And if I set this up in the morning, I can go back midday, and all I would have to do is to approve a team. I would see the plan, and then the team will just start working on the plan. So now it's working on the next heartbeat, and we'll just see what happens. All right, so the work is being finished. What we see here is that we have like this 1, 2, 3 agents that have been created by the agent manager. Each agent will have like its own dedicated chat where you can work. You can see now in Tability, if I go back here and I reload my agent page, and if I do this, now we can see those 3 agents under it, and they should have now the work attached to them. Some of these agents, so you can see here, there's still like that little warning. And if I go to it should probably say that some of the agents, they want CMS or source repository access. So this is amazing because it literally tells me like, okay, this is what these tools need if they want to be able to do like fully own the job. There's 2 things I can do from here. I can actually tell the manager, hey, I'm not going to do that, so just work around the constraints that we have today. Or I can enable it and make it work. And one way for me to enable all of this is actually to go back to the original thread, which is here. And then within the thread to say, hey, there's these things, and I'm trying to see how I can solve these 2 problems. And the context will be then kept inside of the thread, right? So this new feature and this new way of working, it's a perfect way for you to have basically a proper way for you to manage your agents. And really what I mean that is like at scale for these types of complex problems where increasing the traffic value, it doesn't matter how much work we do today, the impact will be measured in weeks or months, right? Just because of the nature of how this works. But I'm going to have like a complete system to track all the work that we do. I can go to that execution plan, and I'll be able to see like week by week the progress on the different goals. I'm going to have some graphs, charts, everything that I need to be able to manage that in the right way. And this is going to happen while our team, all the humans on the team, we're going to be working on other things. So we can scale today. This is my demo instance, but we have internally, we have about like 25 agents that are working. I have 20 that I manage, like we're scaling up the rest of the team. So it's not, if you want to scale to like 100 agents working in your company and having all the tools to monitor everything, this is going to be perfect. And this is going to be so easy for you to do that because the way, the way you just assign a manager to any goal. Let me take here like as part of my thing. So you just come here, then you click that assign manager, submit, and then you take the prompt and then put it in the tool that you want to use, and everything else will just work. Okay, cool. So I hope this was exciting as well for you. If you want to try it, you can try it today. Just go to tability.io, start a trial, and then connect Tability to your the setup that you want to use, and that's it. You can get started. Once again, it's like you can speed run through it just like I've done by forcing the schedule, the heartbeats to run at the beginning if you just want to see what happens. But what's going to be more exciting is like when you go to bed and then you wake up the next day and you're going to get a bunch of feedback from the agents. And at the beginning, I'm not going to lie, like you're going to have a bunch of agents asking you for access to tools. But once they've get access to these tools, and they're going to be running by themselves and just producing a lot of value for you. All right. Thank you.